Sore throat. Let's see. Am I back? Am I fully back? Is this okay? I need to check a few things. So yes. Hello. Oh god damn it, that stupid line. This is what this stage is supposed to be for. Hello internet. It has been forever. Let me do my usual things first. Oh god, it has been so long. This was a bit rushed, to be honest. In case it's not obvious. Let me just quickly get some of that stuff out of the way. I had some significant technical issues. Like, my camera wasn't freaking working, so I had to make quite a few adjustments along the way, just to see what I could, like, how I was going to do all this. I was really worried for obvious reasons because hey, I'm still doing that thing on the weekend, and yeah, that whole thing was going to be a thing, right? So if I couldn't do it now, this weekend just wasn't happening. So I was trying to get all that sorted out, and yeah, well, apparently it's not good. Okay. Ah, there we go. Wait, did I? What happened? All right, there we go. Then I had some weird ones just now. That was like a weird thing that was happening just now, right? The fact that I had to stream using my non-premium account. So I'm using my non-premium account right now to stream, but what happened was that it triggered my ads and all that shit, and well, nobody likes ads in the middle of the stream, especially when it's nothing to do with what you're, talking about and stuff, right? Yeah, so that wasn't fun. Oh god. So let me just get some of that stuff out of the way, all my old standard shit out of the way first, where I'm just gonna go like post it up on socials and all that kind of stuff, and we can get into the thick of things. I'm still adjusting a lot of my stuff, actually, to be honest, because whose hand is that? Oh, it's not a hand. Oh, shites. See, this is exactly why I need to do this, right? Like, I have setup paranoia where this thing keeps happening all the freaking time, because I know my shit. I don't exactly, you know, I'm not exactly filthy rich. I don't exactly have the top gear kind of thing, and I'm not going to doubt that there's some part of this that's going to be absolutely user error, but at the same time, I want to check and make sure things work, because I don't like it when we're doing stuff in the middle and then halfway through, you know, shiitake hits the pocket. Nobody's gonna like that, because nobody likes hot shiitake, right? So we're gonna try and make this as pretty as we can, like without resorting to violence. I'm so often on the verge of it these days. Because of my setup. I swear, this happens to me too often. This is part of the reason why I stopped streaming, right? Like the setup things are just like perpetually annoying. Fine right now. It's my face, right? Okay, cool. Cool. That's the right one. That's not the right one. I swear sometimes it's so weird running some of these things, because when you're doing this as an indie, or rather you're doing this as a small time guy, then like you have like 16 different like things to, you have to do so much of that self-promoting shit and that self-shilling stuff, and it's so weird and difficult, and sometimes you don't even know where everything is, so you have to find that damn button, share it in the right spaces. By the way, in case it's not obvious also as well, this is a massive test for everything that I was going to do this Sunday. So if there's going to be problems, we're going to discover it here. We're going to discover it now. We're going to find out about as much of these issues as possible, so that come Sunday we would have all a much better time. So we're going to be doing that together. We're trying to figure out, like, if there's mic issues or any other setup issues that I have to worry about, we will figure it out there. So hopefully there won't be too many. I'm surprisingly fond of some of how convenient some of the sharing options are, though. Like the standard rule is like, hey, just click on this and then you can click a button, and then you don't have to Control C. No one really needs to memorize that that damn thing anymore. The shortcut anymore. I'm losing my train of thought, and this is horrible for a streamer. Okay, we're good. Okay, so I've done my socials. We're good with the socials. We are good. My socials. All right, cool. Okay, next one. Is this gonna hold? Question now is this gonna? I don't know what it's gonna hold. I don't like the angle of the dial. Please hold. Let's hold. It's gonna hold. Don't like how it looks. It looks like it's gonna. So what we're gonna do today is that we're gonna be unboxing the pre-constructed decks for Lorcana that we're going to be playing this weekend, because sleeving this thing actually takes a while, and I figured it'd be nice to do it separately. It is also going to be, oh God, I hate how much of a glow this thing is. That's no good. So yeah, figuring out stuff, right? Yeah, so we're going to be doing that, and I'm going to unbox the Heatonist hot ones sauces as well. We'll do that all quickly here, simply because I don't want to do that this Sunday. And oh God, that was a bit embarrassing. Oh God, does it not look good? Yeah, we'll go with white. Okay, you're gonna see a lot of glare. You're just gonna have to deal with it. I'm gonna try and figure out how to solve that later, and then time. Yeah, you're just gonna have to deal with it. I'm sorry, guys. Related. I really should have bandanaed up before I started stream. This is how badly hurt I am. Like I had trouble trying to start this stream, because what happened was that in order to do this like double camera thing that you're seeing, that you will be seeing. Sorry, I forgot what screen you're on. That you will be seeing. One thing that I had to do is that I'm using this program called Irium, right? And Irium allows me to connect multiple phones to my system, so that's great. But the problem with Irium is that for some reason, or at least my version of Irium, for some reason, is that it decided to bug out. And what happened was that specifically the first slot decided to not work, and I had to try and figure out what to do with it. And thankfully I managed to rub the brain cells together and hack the thing, and basically just use a separate camera to use up one of the slots, and it should be working. It looks like it's working fine now, which is fine. Irium supports up to 4. I only need 3, so all intents and purposes, it should be exactly what I need. See how it goes. So anyways, so what we're going to be doing today is that I'm going to go through a little bit of unboxing, and then we will also be doing sleeving slowly as we go along. Let me just show you what we're going to be going through in a bit. Actually, let's just go straight to it. There we go. Isn't it beautiful? Look at this. I'm going to test my camera out. Look at how shiny this box of Lorcana is. So by the way, this is probably not your first time seeing this thing. You can find a lot of videos online on how to play Lorcana already. I've watched a couple of videos myself, which is fantastic, because as with most TCGs, you're not going to have a fun time trying to figure out how to play these things out of the box. At least that's my guess. We'll find out. Did not watch a video on that. Perhaps I should have. But yeah, check this out. So the box is pretty shiny. This is actually nice foil-like material. The reason why I say it's nice foil-like material is that if you notice the treatment they did with like the labels they use, with the sigils they used, it's a little glossy. It's not your typical paper, so this is good. This is a nice treatment to it. However, they also very intentionally covered out he matted out the sides to make it more legible. You can see here. So this is all nice and fancy and dandy, that kind of thing, to make it class it up. What you see here, this is all nice and matte, so it's easy for you to read. Even the back is mostly nice and matte, except for the nice like framing for like to accentuate the thing. There's a proper word for it that eludes me right now. Yes, you can even see it for the cards here. You can see this? So you can see a bit of that. I don't know how it's coming off in camera. Is it coming out in the camera? It's barely coming out in the camera. Okay, so yeah. So I should probably mention that this things actually costs an arm and a leg in Singapore. It's really silly because these things as a pre-con currently costs about like $50 Sing dollars. For context, if I'm not mistaken, the average Magic one costs you about 20 something to about $30. The boosters are absolutely insane. One booster of Lorcana currently costs you $25 Sing dollars, and in contrast, one booster for Magic costs you about 8 Sing dollars. 8 to, is it 12? I'm not sure of that one. That one might that one slips my mind a little bit right now, but I think it's about it. Yeah. So yeah, so it is insane. Yep. So yeah, so I have two this time around. I couldn't get my hands on the first chapter. I only got Rise of the Floodborn. By the time my usual the shop I usually go to, by the time I noticed they had stock, they had already sold out their allocation for first chapter, and they only have Rise of Floodborn. I should probably also mention that in Singapore here, there isn't a official distributor from what I understand, so that actually led to a lot of shops actually having trouble trying to get their hands on merchandise. That on top of the fulfillment fiasco that Lorcana had gone through, yeah, not fantastic. So yeah, but we will be unboxing it. Nevertheless, let's figure out. Let's find out more about this game. I want to try it out. It's been on my radar for a while, in a large part, if you know anything about me, because of its similarities to Avarium, and it'll be something we'll probably find out more about on Sunday itself. So yeah, that aside, what else we're going to be doing? We're also going to be doing a little unboxing with Hedonist's hot sauce. If you're not familiar with them, I'll probably provide a link later in the description below. But they're a very interesting American-based, I believe, company. Yeah, they should be American-based. Basically that's where they came from. I don't really know what to classify them as, because I probably should really read up on them a little bit more. But basically, they do this thing called the Hot Ones Challenge, where they have, oh god, I'm probably gonna get this wrong, where they get celebrities come in and do interviews while eating hot sauce. These things are insane. If you're not familiar with them, go look it up on YouTube. It is hilarious, it's fantastic. And watching celebrities torment themselves over this thing is one of the large reasons why I decided to go with this, because we're Southeast Asians, and me and my friends are all Southeast Asians, and well, traditionally we have a higher tolerance towards chili. So we want to see what's happening. We want to see how, is it really that bad, or is this actually edible, or is this just Caucasians having no tolerance towards spice? So we'll all find out. I'm gonna box that a little bit, and also onto this side here, you can a little off screen here is some of my old collector albums. A friend of mine dug this up when I was back in Malaysia last weekend, and what happened was that we're going to try and sell out some of these cards, but I thought it'd be really fun to just share on stream, because some of these stuff is pretty old. I actually didn't realize I had stuff that was that old, so we're going to go see some of these things along. I unfortunately used to have First Ed Charizards. They no longer exist in my collection. I wish I had that folder. I have no idea where that is right now. Besides the point, but still, just saying. Yeah, so let's start with, sorry, it's also a bit weird for me, by the way, as I'm trying to figure out, like, I'm trying to get used to where my face is supposed to go. One crazy thing is me trying to figure out between like, oh hey, am I looking at things right? Am I seeing things wrong? I see something on chat, but it's not. Oh, music's a little loud? Okay, cool. Thank you. Let me see what I can tune that down. How is that? I think that should be better, right? Is that better? Thank you very much, by the way, for the feedback. I really do need that because trying to find a balance with the new setup is always a little difficult. So I don't even know whether any part of this is actually because of my own audio settings, and that my audio settings aren't working out, and like, oh hey, I need to find a better balance somewhere in between. Totally not the guy who bailed tonight. Don't worry about it, man. It really isn't a problem at all. So anyways, okay, cool. Let's do this. Let's start with the easy thing, because I really want to get rid of the box from my table. We're going to start off with Heathenists' sauces first. Obviously, they were not transported over to my place in this box. This is a big and heavy box, actually, surprisingly big and heavy box. Like, this thing is huge. Look at this thing. I paid almost $200 for this. $200 for this. I think it was $200. It was a splurge thing because I've always wanted to try these things out, and oh my god, okay, so here's the thing. I did not think that they would be this large. I thought when I was buying this that I was going to get some like dinky little like sort of sample sauces kind of thing. But no, this thing is heavy and it's huge, and it took almost a month to get to me, I feel. Was it a month? I really can't remember anymore. I'll need to check the timeline. Let me just double check my timeline a little bit real quick. Okay, thank you. Let me just check my timeline real quick. It's a quick. So yes, packing history. So I bought this in early November. I bought this in early November, and it escaped the US, which is the phrase I'm going to use. Somewhere in mid-November. Was in Germany on the was still in Germany according to DHL's tracking history on the 28th of November, and it reached me sometime early December. So this around the same time it came in. It came in before Christmas. Really interesting delivery schedule, because I was staring at DHL and I had no idea it was going to come to me. It came in this huge ass box, really heavy, and as I said, I was expecting sample sauces, but instead what I got was this massive, like, full range. This is literally all the 10 sauces. If I'm not mistaken, actually arranged in ascending order. They actually have a note here that you actually can follow. They actually provide this write-up that you can actually read, and if you want, you can see like how many Scovilles there are, which is basically just a scale of how like how hot they are, that kind of thing. So yeah, so you can actually go through it, and we're going to go through this list on Sunday a little bit as we play. I'm just going to have it on the side. We're not going to read through the whole thing, obviously, but it's just going to be our frame of reference as we go through these things one by one. And then they also give this nice little sticker, which is really cute, because hey, look, it's a chicken on fire. And this fantastic little sticker here as well. But yeah, it's just a couple of nice, cool little stickers that it's nice to have. But yes, these are full-fledged, full bottles of sauces. I really did not expect this. So for $200, including shipping, by the way, just so you know, this is insane. I'm not sure whether I'll be able to finish this. I'm trying to see whether I can do more things with this. Like, as in, I might do more game sessions which have all these sauces with different people, because hey, it's kind of fun to try out these sauces. These things are not cheap, right? And we'll see how that goes. I really don't know how often I'll be able to do this. I do hope to finish them before they spoil. So most of you guys who are watching this is probably going to be my friends. If you guys are watching this and if you're in Singapore and you want to try out something like this and like, hey, you want to stream with me and stuff, let me know. Let's arrange for something and let's have a game together and do something dumb. The point is not to win, because hey, if you win, you're not going to taste the damn thing. But hey, who knows, right? Like, if you just really want to watch my, I don't know, my face turn red or some stuff, all the party. All right, so that's the sauces. These things are heavy, by the way. I really I'm not kidding about how heavy this thing is. I just, this thing is huge. I have some regrets, partially because how big this is. Some regrets. Not a lot. Some. Put that aside. Right. Sauce is the big one. Should I go through the sauces individually? What? Maybe. Should I? Nah, I'll do it. Yeah, no, I'll probably do it now. I'm gonna do it now. I'm sorry. It's been a while. I haven't done this in a very long time. Let's do this nicely. Yeah. Coming back. We're gonna take out each of the individual sauces and we're going to go through them one by one. I think that would be nicer. This is how rusty I am. I haven't streamed it so long. Oh my god, something just fell. I have a very cramped table here. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this properly. Alright, come. Let's go through them one by one. So let's read this thing a little bit, because I think most of the introduction is going to be covered here, which is kind of cool. And I'm going to read this in my most, I don't know, narrative voice that I can have. I'm not sure. We'll go with the flow on this one. Welcome to the Hot Ones Season 22 lineup. The show with hot questions and even hotter wings that has made celebrities sweat, cry, hiccup, and snort milk through their nose for 22 seasons now. I seriously wonder how they start off with these things. Like I know they didn't start off huge. They didn't get like the big names immediately, but like I have nothing but questions about where they source these sources. Like especially in the beginning, you know. God, one of these days we gotta go back like and watch like season 1 of this thing and like just see what sauces they had. Did they just take like dinky little sauces off like shelves and just see whether they could get people to take on a challenge or something? I don't know. Also completely unrelated, I look really tan in this video for some reason. I don't think I'm this tan. Okay, screw it, never mind, let's move on. Right. And the fun is only just beginning. Reading this, you've chosen to join the bold and take on the full 10 hot sauce lineup. This season introduces not one but 2 brand new Hot Ones sauces, and believe us when we say they're a big deal. I'll just take Sean's word for it instead. I think Sean's the presenter. Follow the QR code below to have Hot Ones host Sean Evans guide you into the spicy new territory with the season's lineup. Beyond the new releases, we're also welcoming a diverse contingent of fresh faces to the Hot Ones Sauce Maker fam for what may be one of our tastiest and hottest lineups to date. Scan or head to the back of this card to get the download on the heat that lies ahead. This is just a description of the back. Not only does this lineup include Hot Ones' first ever Buffalo hot sauce, it also features a brand new 10 spot sauce, which is basically their last one, right? The Last Dab has a long history of tormenting celebrities. The Last Dab has a long history of tormenting celebrities when Sean teased them up with "You don't have to if you don't want to." For season 22, we're welcoming an epic new addition to that legacy, the Last Dab experience. That's what we're going to be trying out this Sunday. With a recipe that's over 91% Pepper X, which is now officially the hottest pepper in the world. 91%. that's basically a puree. Experience is by far our most extreme dab yet. Hot One's favorite super hot pepper farmer, Smoking Ed Curry, outdid himself on this one, folks. Don't let all this talk of potent peppers scare you. Hot One's fans, new and OG, have one thing in common. They're not afraid to push themselves in pursuit of a spicy good time. So gather your support circle, cook up your wings, and get to saucing. Who appreciates you? We do. Stay spicy. Noah Chamberg, founder, heatonist. So once again, this is really interesting. So we're gonna take out each of these sauces one by one, and we're gonna read the description as we go along, and then we'll go into Lorcana. So we'll do the hot sauce first, and we'll go into Lorcana. Okay. So yeah. Right, so let's start with Hot One's Buffalo Hot Sauce at 1800 Scoville hit units SH. I'll just short form this to SHU. Hot One's first Buffalo Hot Sauce features mild cayenne peppers, tangy vinegar, and a creamy texture thanks to real butter, no artificial flavoring here. It's rich, it's craveable, it's ready to put on everything. So this is the one. Try to get this on camera right nice, but the length on this isn't fantastic. It looks a little off. The texture of this looks interesting, no? Look at that. What could you do with a... In case anyone's wondering, this is actually the sauce that's featured on the PV that I posted up is actually the last one. So just for reference, this isn't it. Okay, we're just gonna put that aside. The next one, number 2, is the Angry Goat. Blistered shishito and garlic at 5800 SHU. Angry Goat brings the verdant charred flavor of blistered shishito peppers combined with savory garlic to the second spot. It's a tasty next step with manageable heat, but don't get cocky, we've got a lot of lineup left. But this is the thing. So there's a picture of a garlic here for obvious reasons, right? It's a goat pepper kind of thing. So it's interesting because when I first looked at this, I honestly thought this was a garlic sauce. It was immediately obvious that this was a garlic sauce. And being Southeast Asian, this has a lot of like Southeast Asian looks to it. Like a lot of it looks like something that you'd find like off some supermarket, like by the side or something. I wouldn't be surprised if you see something like this completely like on some shelf or something. All right. Piscea sweet, the third one we're having here, Piscea spicy sweet passion fruit at 16,000 SHU. Wow, that's a big jump. Did they just double it up? Something like that? It's triple. Okay. Made by our neighbor, not our neighbor, Maritza Abra in Brooklyn, New York. Piscea celebrates Maritza's Dominican roots. Caribbean-grown passion fruit is the star of this sauce that makes any wing a sticky tropical treat. So this is going to be somewhat of a fruity sauce, I'm assuming. It's more of those kind of things where you're like, hey, this is going to be great with barbecue or something. There's actually a description here. Let's see here. Latin Caribbean hot sauce with a twist of sabor. Sabor means flavor, and this picante is filled with it. Made with pure Caribbean-grown passion fruit and spicy chili pepper for a tropical heat and sweetness that will brighten your dishes. Bright and tangy and deliriously good, pairing with grilled meats, fish salads, and veggies. I like the fact that they cared enough to use the proper plural for fish. For recipes and more, please visit us at somewhere. Yeah, this is fantastic. Oh, and plus it's woman-owned. If you care about that kind of stuff, that's kind of nice. Hey. Let's go into number 4, Hot Ones. Los Calientes Barbacoa. 33,000 Shu. Calientes Barbacoa. One's official sauce for grilling and chilling brings deep smoky notes of chipotle to anything it touches. By the way, I have no idea what chipotle is. Like, one of these days, somebody has to tell me what chipotle is. Like, as in, I don't know what it is beyond the name of a fast food franchise. Yeah. Just under medium heat signals that we're about to turn the corner into the back half of the lineup. This is under medium, so 33,000 is under medium? Here, it's a nice reading here. Heat level 4 out of 10 on this thing. It's actually, yeah, so this is actually a hot one sauce. So this is actually your internal sauce. And it has a heat level of 4 over 10. You can see the first refeasting, which is basically the brand. And you see here, Los Calientes Barbacoa evokes the origins of barbecue by adding chipotles and an extra dash of earthy spices to our signature smoky hot chili blend. Use it for slow roasting meats, grilling veggies, slathering burritos, and just about anything else. The Los Calientes sauces represent the middle of the lineup, where heat and flavor meet in perfect harmony. Well, we'll be the judge of that. With that, I'm going to take a quick second to actually look up what the hell is chipotle. Chipotle? Chipotle? Chipotle is a smoked ripe jalapeno chili pepper. So that's what it is. So this is just it's just jalapenos. That's fine. This is nothing. 3,300. Ah, I scoff at 3,300. I scoff at 3,300. It's nothing but a tang. All right, let's go. What is this? Oh, this is something somewhat sick. Some sediment here. Sedimentation. A little darker brown. Alright, so we're at number 5. I don't know how to pronounce this. I'm probably going to mispronounce this like crazy. I'm assuming it's pronounced Diablo. I'm assuming it's going to be pronounced Diablo. I'm going to go check out Monshan's video after this. Called the Power Jab. It's right here, right in name, 55,000 Shu. Heat and his team favorite Diablo sauces stand out from their unique Filipino flavors. This is Filipino. This is our neighbor's sauce. Jab features a punchy mix of Italian, Jamaican round, and Asian teardrop peppers with powerful aromatics like ginger and garlic. I've got this feeling that this is like whatever for us. This is... If this turns out to be satay sauce, I'm going to be very, very disappointed. If this turns out to be just spicy satay sauce, I'm going to be very annoyed. Sorry, I've been missing my chats. Shitito pepper is an East Asian pepper. Probably reminds you of Southeast Asian flavors. Oh, okay, thank you. Chipotle is a type of chili. Thank you. That's good. All right, let's go on to number 6. Marshall's Whiskey Smoked Ghost at 71,000 Shu. Oh god, this is fancy. So you can't tell on camera, but this is not normal paper. This is grain paper. There's a nice texture to this. Feels fancy. All right. So see here, maker Sarah Marshall's dedication to making the most of each ingredient shows in this expertly crafted sauce featuring fine ingredients like whiskey, white balsamic, and date syrup plus smoked ghost pepper heat, which should be kicking in right about now. I'm assuming now is when you're, you know, like at the 6th place of this list of stuff. So yes, this is supposed to be at 71,000. around since 1856. At Marshall's Hot Sauce, I'm assuming that's how you pronounce Haute, we enjoy a good cocktail and we love an excuse to bring our favorite spirits into the hot sauce kitchen with us. We pass on knowledge through celebrating the art of canning and preserving. Uncle Nearest Whiskey does it through distilling, and we were inspired to develop this smoky, ooze-kissed sauce to honor that common ground. Whiskey's Smokos is silky smooth with a fiery bite that keeps us coming back for more. Fried on grilled meats or roasted root vegetables. Roasted root vegetables seems to be a common theme in a lot of these kind of sauces. Marshall's hot sauce. Sounds fancy. Basically a blackened charred jalapeno. Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, it's what happens when you roast jalapenos, right? Like, that's what a chipotle is. Alright, we're going to position number 7. Ginger Tropic Star at 110,000 Shu, sizzling into the 7th spot with a blend of super hot chilies. Tropic Star will light up your taste buds with a heaping dash of tart mango, citrusy lemongrass, and the subtle sweetness of star anise. Is it star anise the spice that everyone uses for what's that rice? Biryani? That's biryani, right? Hey Damien, how's it going? Yeah, star anise is that thing that everyone puts in biryani, right? Yeah. Yes. The picture of this is interesting. Packaging seems like classy. So it seems like nothing remarkable. It'll probably be this that kills some people, right? Like the least remarkable stuff is going to surprise a lot of people. All right, going to number 8. Number 8 is the bomb. So this is the one that I know they've been using for the long spell time. I think I watched a couple of seasons back, and I think they were still using this one back then. So number 8, the bomb evolution at 135,600 Shu. At 135,000, I'm not sure why 600 matters, but hey, never hurts to be precise, I suppose. Here at Heatiness, we only carry hot sauces with natural pepper heat, no extracts. We teamed up with the maker of the bomb Beyond Insanity to create an all-natural version that's as equally tongue-tingling as it is tasty. So apparently, they got big enough and they eventually made their own. Out of curiosity, it says here, hot chili peppers, not the band, water, vinegar, salt, spices, including paprika and turmeric, minced garlic, cane sugar, garlic powder, extra virgin olive oil. Gotta have some virgins. Onion powder, lemon juice concentrate, cilantro, and mint. Made in the USA, refrigerate after opening. This is going to be a lot of refrigeration for me after this. Oh, I love this. Check this out. Warning, the sauce is extremely hot. Keep out of reach of children. Consume 1 drop at a time with extreme caution. Let's find out. Right, we're now at number 8, and I'm running out of table space, so I'm just going to move some here. Actually, in fact, I'm just going to move all of them here. I still remember this order. Where's my goat? Is the goat? Where's the goats? Marshalls before the goats. Diablo. There we go. Hot ones. Los Calientes. Whoa, kites. Don't want to break anything before big day. Sauce. So yes. I am doing alright. Could be better. But hey, had some trouble with one of the spices. Oh yes, I'm assuming that's a question, that's the answer to about my little biryani thing. Cool. The delay is actually a little annoying. I probably should reduce the delay on the messaging a little bit. Holy shit, is this intentional? Yes, it's intentional. Okay. Okay, this is fancy. Okay, so we're on to number 9 right now. Is Dawson's hot sauce. Our friend Brody Dawson achieved both one-of-a-kind flavor and hit bang heat in his number 9 hot sauce. Get ready for a spice rush from potent 7 pot peppers plus sweet maple syrup, sambuca, and fennel seed. Now, why I want to bring this up is because they actually sealed this with wax or rubberized wax. So, like, there is this thing that's perfectly tangible. I thought sauce had actually seeped out of it, but I guess this is how they try to maintain a vacuum seal rather than using a lot of these kind of plastics that everyone uses. That's kind of nice. Yeah, and curiously interesting. But yeah, this is rubberized. This is definitely rubberized wax. Is this rubberized wax? I think this is rubberized wax. This is too. There's too much. There's too much flexibility in this thing, but it is still very brittle. It's just wax. Just wax. Oh. It's interesting. I can't wait to open this. I think we should open. I think I'll open all of these like on stream on Sunday. Yeah, but we won't go through. Obviously, we won't go through all of them one more time. Just to kill too much time. The aim is to win before you need to taste. The aim will be. Yes. Anyways, so far the cameras seem to be working. By the way, I'm pretty happy with this because so right now you're having one camera. You are seeing my face through this thing, and you're seeing this thing here. So this is more or less close enough to the setup that you're going to see on Sunday, where we'll have the players' faces on like both sides of this thing, and then you will see like a screen of the board, a stream of the board itself. Hopefully, is how we'll have this work out. The quality of the cameras might vary. Anyway, so the last one is Hot Ones, the Last Dab Experience. SHUTBA, SHUTBA. Welcome to the top of the mountain, the Last Dab. Olo was previously the pinnacle of the journey, but for season 22, we're taking Mount Scoville to towering new heights, thanks to Smoking Ned's iconic Pepper X. Now officially the world's hottest pepper. Dried, fresh, and all natural distillate forms. If you want to live the Hot Ones tradition, go ahead, add an extra dab, then buckle up and enjoy the experience. So this is the one. So we're definitely like the heat level is like 11 out of 10, and I just want to like put out a notion here. Like if you look at the other one, like Las Calientes, right? Was it Las Calientes? Was it Hot Ones Buffalo Sauce? No, it's not it. Is it the palm? Oh, right, might be my mistake then. Yeah. So this is the last one. This is the point, right? Yeah, don't shear your tongue off, lol. Well, that's kind of the point, right? Like, it's to pit our Southeast Asian taste buds against these things. You know, we want to see whether these things are going to like you know, actually tingle. Because I have sambal, like, you know, running through my veins, unlike some people. I grew up with a lot of spicy food. One of the things I loved doing as a kid was that I would go to this place that would sell nasi lemak, and they would just like, hey, how much sambal do you want? You just slap it on, and then what you do, and what me and my friends would do is that we'll have a lot of it piled up to the point that like everything is just painted red with chili, and would just eat that. And on the bus ride back, both of us would just be snorting our way through. Like we would just be like, we would just be rolling out of our noses, we'd be tearing like crazy and crying, and it was one of the silliest and most fun experiences I've ever had in my life. So yeah, obviously whether we do that on camera is a big fat question mark, but I will bind my players to a rule. Like if you actually do end up somewhere, like if you do reach a certain threshold, you have to eat. You know, you're not allowed to chicken out. So yes, I'll put the sauces for now first. Right. Let's go on. Okay. This is actually cool. Yeah, we should wait about him. I really hope they really don't have a problem. I really hope Heatiness doesn't have a problem with us doing this. I don't like, obviously I'm not claiming copyright or anything else. This is one of those kind of things where it's like, hey, they have fantastic sauces. I'm very, very curious, and I just want to make a thing out of it. Hopefully they give us a go ahead, or hey, even give us a great, like, you know, some support or stuff. That'll be great. But let's see how long this goes. Anyways, right, with that out of the way, I do want to do a small thing before we begin. Let me see whether I have that. Oh, I think I'm good. Sorry, just leave it aside. So what we're going to do right now after this is we're going to be sleeving our Lorcana cards. Well, I'm going to be only sleeving the pre-constructed decks, specifically the where's this one? Ravensburger. I didn't call its names. And oh wait, they're both Ravensburgers. Oh wait, that's the publisher's name. Is it the publisher's name? Yeah, I think that's the publisher's name. Yeah, that's the publisher's name. Oh god. I could probably have read more. I should have read more into this before I started the stream, but I've been really busy. I'm so sorry. Anyways, let's open these up and foil and sleeve them. All right, so these come including with 2 foils. So we're gonna sleeve them up. Well, we're gonna start with the Rise of Floodborn with no specific names. They only have their quote-unquote colors involved here: amethyst and steel, and then amber and sapphire. I'm not going to be using their proper names, or rather I will try to learn their proper names, but I might swap between them along the way. Please do not use this video to learn how to play the game. I am not going to be very good at it. We will still be learning by the time the Sunday racks around. But I will provide a link in the description later on to some videos that I've seen that at least gives me a reasonable understanding of at least what I think would be the gameplay be like. Just quickly reading off the box. Oh, here we are. The names of the decks are here. One is Tactical Teamwork, which is the Gaston and Maleficent one. And there was Might and Magic, which is the Tatiana and Merlin one. This includes everything one player needs to play, including 1-star depth, 60 cards, including 2 foil cards, 11 damage counters, 1 paper playmat, 1 paper tracker token, and game rules. Plus 1 booster of 12 randomized cards. So we are going to open that as well, and we're going to just, you know, open up, and we're just going to, like, you know, pop that up and sleeve up all of that as well, since this is, strictly speaking, their second expansion. I actually, by the way, just so you know, have a couple of first chapter boosters, which I will not be opening today. I have them at the side, as well as a couple of Rise of Floodborn boosters as well. We will be doing a small little thing at the end of our little game on Sunday to just pop them open, and like the winner just gets to pop them open. It's a kind of a winner's privilege kind of thing, right? No, they don't get to take it home. This freaking thing's way too expensive. Right, so let's just open this thing first. Doesn't look like they have any unique method of opening, so I'm just going to do it the old-fashioned way. And it's a standard seal, so we're just going to do it this way. Just going to open it same way we have with every other seal. And some collectors off screen are going to go, what's your boxes like that? I do. I open my boxes like this. Fancy. Look at how nice this looks. Box is nice and empty. This is actually really handy. Look at how, like this. So they've basically positioned it in such a way where the paper folding is nicely fitting so that this fits just nicely. They gave the extra leeway so that you can actually have things like your booster in here, as well as your, I assume this is your rulebook, which I'm not reading today. Okay. Yes. And oh wait, here we are. This must be their paper playmat, which okay. So it's one side or the other. So like depending on whether you want to be left-handed or right-handed, that I feel like someone cheated. Like someone like I feel like they skimped a little bit on this one. To be honest, but I guess it gives you enough of an idea, right? Tokens all here, which is very typical, I suppose. Which you can punch out. Paper's pretty solid. No real complaints here myself. It's a pretty economical design. It's actually pretty decent. But let's move that aside. Let's look at our cards. Things basically perfectly sealed in paper, but there's a little vent here, like there's a little space here that I can only tell you that basically the cards have slowly, maybe because of storage or whatever, have gradually shifted their weight down this side here. I don't know whether that's a problem per se. Like if you press it down, you can actually even it out. Anyways, not a major issue per se. It's just the characters, so Queen and Gaston or Merlin and Tatiana. And Driago, show Maleficent some respect. It's Maleficent. Like that's exactly how like Sleeping Beauty got cursed. And yes, I do know that that's not her name. I can't for the life of me suddenly remember Sleeping Beauty's name. But yes, Maleficent cursed Sleeping Beauty because she didn't get a freaking invite to a birthday party. Little sour bitch. It's a royal affair. And if you've been anywhere near the internet these days, you will be able to find people writing dissertations as to why that's perfectly reasonable. Because, hey, you gotta show that witch some respect, you know? You ain't taking no sass. I'm horrible with this kind of talk, whatever. Alright, so this is pretty tight. I'm not going to be doing a good job at trying to pack this back, and I'm not going to put it back anyway, so I'm just going to rip this. Cha-cha! Hey! Throw that side. Right, let's take a look. Paper texture wise feels very similar to dang, this is actually very similar to so just for reference here, I have a stack of magic cards here. It's similar. It's very, very similar. So it's about the same, I'd say. So yeah, so you're looking at roughly the same grammage for paper-wise. The foil treatment is not too bad. Once again, I don't think the camera does a really good job at showing you what they do. The foiling for these cards are really, really subtle, which personally for me, I think it's great. Because I do find like some foilings to be way too aggressive to the point that it's very distracting, especially for foils for like games like Yu-Gi-Oh in particular. Yeah, secret rare, ultra rare, stuff like that sometimes can get really aggressive and it's really loud. Some of them are done really tastefully and something that's really nice, but there are sometimes where it's just like, oh my god. I think the ones that I had the most problem with was parallel rares, which were gaudy as, you know, like, no, that kind of thing. But anyways, so yeah. They say there's supposed to be 60 cards here, so let's count them real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There we go. There we have it. Okay, and we're going to do these are perfect sleeves, so we're going to do a first layer of perfect sleeving this time. Because the 60s, I think I have enough to go into only sleeving at least one deck. Double sleeving, we'll see how it goes. So yeah, we're going to do Merlin and Gaston for now. Sorry, Merlin and Gaston, Maleficent and Gaston for now. The treatment, the foil treatment for what it's worth. Is it actually equal to? It's not. It's not Maleficent. Oh my god! Am I wrong? Holy shit! I'm gonna get cursed. It is. You're right. You guys are right. I'm gonna get cursed. Maleficent's gonna come into my nightmares, and I'm just gonna get like, I don't know, just gonna never wake up. If you don't see me this Sunday, that's exactly what happened. All right. You dare misidentify me. As flattering as it was. Like, she is a predecessor and all that, but still. Not once, not twice, not 3 times. How could you? Oh my god, why am I giving her, like, I don't know, accent? Why does she have an accent? Turn into frogs! You are now a frog. Thing on my side. So I'm really appreciating, for what it's worth, that they actually have a lot of like Snow White cards here. Like, all of this are obviously Snow White cards, like the 7 dwarfs and all that, especially since you're using the Evil Queen. And by the way, I do think she has a name as well. I just can't recall what it is. But yes. Anyways. Yes, so yeah, there's a lot of Snow White cards here, but it sometimes bothers me, like, you have characters that are not related to Snow White or Beauty and the Beast that ends up working really well with your decks. I know it's really silly, I know, like, hey, we're all playing trading card games here. It really shouldn't be that big a deal, that kind of thing. But at the same time, it does irk me a little bit. So sometimes I do appreciate games that go out of the way that try to make a system that specifically says, no, none of that shit. None of that. You're going to stick to one very, very simple rule. Like, you're going to stick to one series. Like Way Schwartz. Way Schwartz does that. I think. As soon as I learn how to play, I'll let you guys know. But yes, Way Schwartz. But yeah, that's a little bit of that. Then there are some games that make it really like just impossible, right? Like Legends of Runeterra that basically says you get 2 factions. Yeah, we're gonna bend the rules. Some of these factions don't usually get along, but we'll give it to you anyway. And then you need to figure out how you're gonna work out with these guys, right? So yeah, there's a bit of that. But yeah, but then there's these things where it's like, hey, nothing to do. Like we have, we need a poo here. It's also worth noting that you also will probably get into some weird legend issues where characters with really similar names might show up, and you would start to have issues where you like constantly have to separate between like, oh, it's this person from this series as opposed. By the way, you're completely right. It is the queen. It's right here. Why am I even arguing over this? I'm quite sure it's here as well. It's the queen. Marvel Snap issue again, like how none of the FF synergizes with each other. Yeah, exactly right. So you get into so much of these kind of problems simply because of these issues. It's one of those weird problems that you have simply because you have to deal with these kind of when you do this kind of like what you call IP games or licensed IP games, you have to deal with these kind of thematic issues where you try to figure out how best to make sure they sort of work well with each other and all that kind of stuff. This I do love this treatment of Bell. I really do like there's been a couple of games where they've sort of built on the existing lore and tried to do treatments where they make sense as actual heroes and villains. So like stuff like where they have like Cinderella or Belle in this case, and all that, like becoming characters that are geared up and able to take on armies in a fight and all that kind of stuff. I really like those kind of stuff. Like some of those treatments are really nice, especially when it's done well. And Belle like that is just fantastic. I loved it. Like her taking after her dad and saying like, hey, yeah, I'm totally going to take all this book knowledge that I know and try to create weird stuff that my dad was so fond of. Irem Flavorsham? Where is this from? Where's Irem from? I'm gonna check this out later. By the way, as a point, the next thing that's going to make me spend money on this game are any series that has to do with Treasure Planet and Atlantis. These two. Treasure Planet and Atlantis and Anastasia. These 3. They will make me spend money. Until then, probably 1 or 2 packs along the way just for the fun of it. But Judy, huh? Where are you? You can hop right out of here. Then again, that's the opposite side of the coin where these characters are really only playable with each other. It's all rather troublesome. Yes, it absolutely is. This is one of those once again, as I said before, like these are kind of issues when you have like you're going to have because you're specifically creating IP games, right? Like licensed IP games. where you have to deal with the lore of existing characters and all that kind of stuff. This is also sometimes why, like if you play Magic the Gathering and you read the stories, picking up on how some of those aesthetic designs on like, oh hey, yeah, this is a story beat that they actually had inside the story, and this is how it mechanically reflects itself in game. It's always really, really nice. You don't like my Optimus Prime attacking your Golem? It's being buffed by My Little Pony and spotted by a Reaver Titan? Yeah, I know, right? Freaking nightmare. You fell for the classic blunder. Anastasia is not a Disney movie, but a Don... Okay, so here's the thing. I included Anastasia because she's officially now a Disney princess because Disney bought over Fox. So it counts. She's now a Disney princess. Which also interestingly means that the alien queen is and her spawns are Disney heroes, villains, and potentially princesses as well. So yes, no, it's not. It was completely intentional. Oh man, I still remember the days when I was doing animation and my animation lecturer told me about that little thing about Anastasia, because one of the first things he did with us was that he was asking us, hey, name me your favorite animation, and there were a lot of people who named all sorts of different ones. I think I was the only kid in class that went, I loved Anastasia. I really, really loved Anastasia. Not only because of the music, but I loved the stylings and I loved the tone. There's just so much of it that I really, really like. All things considered though, like I look back at it right now, looking back, I might have changed my answer a little bit more. Right now, it would have been Treasure Planet. But hey, you know, everything's... people's tastes evolve and, you know, change over time and all that. It's good taste. Treasure Planet and Atlantis are great movies. Thank you. Something about that feels really icky. What feels really icky? 4 dozen eggs? 4 dozen eggs sounds really icky. Really random, by the way, also. Like, I found out that I can do a decent Gaston rendition. I'm not gonna do it here. Like, I really like that song and I can manage to pull it off somewhat. I wasn't listening to myself, so like, if you ever hear me do it, if I suck, please let me know. I want to see if Disney acknowledges that the Black Cauldron exists. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh, that's gonna be like there's so many weird things that right now, I'm given how much like IP Disney actually has, right? I'm just waiting for the eventual Lorcana Marvel Snap overlap, right? Like crossover. We're just waiting for it. But it's really dumb also at the same time. I should probably mention that like Lorcana, by comparison, is probably way more complex than Marvel Snap. So it's really weird that Marvel Snap uses like the Marvel IP as opposed to using Disney IP and vice versa. Fascinating. Look at Ralph, let's go! Holy shit, yes. Yes, that would be... Oh my god, can he get away with it? Would he be able to get away with it? Like a full Rage Wreck-It Ralph expansion where they have everybody like Zangief and everybody else? Like, can they actually get away with it? I really wish these things came with like notes on where, like, what movie they were from. Okay, quick complaint. I actually don't like how this looks. I actually don't like how the back of the card looks. This looks boring. Really boring. Like, of all things, like this is really boring. I expected something brighter. I never noticed this before. I should have said something right from the start. I did not, and I'm really disappointed. For that Disney Infinity trifecta, Star Wars and Marvel. Let's go. Yeah, man. But the reason why not Star Wars is because Star Wars has, whether you like it or not, a sort of smaller cast of characters. Like, you don't have that kind of crazy cross series kind of stuff, like, without it breaking some stuff. Like, for the same reasons why like, if Lorcana did a Kingdom Hearts expansion, it would be insane. Having a Wreck-It Ralph expansion is equally insane because of that, you know? Like, you just, no, that would be insane. Like, managing the rights and everything else would just, like, go, it would just be, you know, bonkers. So yeah, no, yes, yeah. The logo design, you want to call it un-Disney, I think that's a reasonable interpretation. Personally, for me, I just think it's really dark. It's really unfriendly. That's the word I'm going to use. So yes, perfect sleeved for one box. And as a reward for all of us, we're going to open this Rise of the Floodborn booster. It's supposed to have 12 cards, so we already have this thing to play. Also, one thing I should probably mention, Lorcana does one thing which I'm really fond of, is that they're doing what I call a no dead card system. So if you're not familiar with this theory, you couldn't be, because it's something that I give a shit about, and very few other games do. Basically, it's the idea where I ask myself, if you're playing a trading card game, how many boosters do you need to buy before you can actually have a playable deck? In Magic's case, land has to be put aside for obvious reasons, but basically the idea here is that how many boosters do you have to buy before you can, oh yeah, I've got a deck that's reasonably playable. So in Magic, let's assume, even if you assume that you don't have all the mix of colors and all that kind of stuff, you still need a certain amount of boosters before you have enough creatures, enchantments, artifacts, and all that to be able to actually play a playable deck. It's and because you have the differences in colors and all that, like, the amount of boosters you need to buy before you can play a game of Magic is pretty high. If you draft with your friends and all that kind of stuff, then it's a different story, but in general, that's like, there's anywhere between 6 to 8 boosters required to be able to play. This is also why limited has a lower deck cap. Like, you can play with only just 40 cards. It's because specifically they know that, hey, this is going to be a problem. Specifically for Lorcana, however, it doesn't feel like there is any Lorcana, however, there doesn't feel like there's any cards that will go wasted, meaning that you can just play everything that's coming out of boosters. So if you need 60 cards, you need only like 5 boosters, and you immediately can play just everything in the booster. What is viable is another story altogether, but you can play just 5 boosters. Yeah. I thought it would be jewel themed or look like spellbook. Exactly, right? Like, that's what I thought. But they use kind of an energy system anyway. So yeah, so we're gonna open this right now. Sealing is very similar to Magic's. If anyone's curious. Max seal here, right, is unnecessarily rigid. If you see Magic's one, they're actually quite easy to crack open. This one, especially this little spine area, this is actually very, very stiff. Feel it like a banana, like a fruit fly. Fruit flies like a banana. Fruit flies like a banana. So, you see this here. Card booster contains 1 foil, any rarity, 2 rares or higher rarity, 3 uncommons and 6 commons. So I'm assuming the darker colors are commons. These are commons, I assume. So this is a common. This is a common. This is a common. This is a common. There are enchanters here as well. This is a common. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is a common. This should be an uncommon, I think. So 3 uncommons. So Hey is an uncommon. Why is Hey an uncommon? Is this a rare? It's not rare, right? Yeah, just break. They just spoil stuff for myself. Yeah, I think so. That's fine. Okay, so He's the uncommon. He's an uncommon? Why is He an uncommon? Why do you have an uncommon chicken? This thing is dumb as a rock. And the rock's even in that movie. Rapunzel is an uncommon. That's unexpected. And crossbow. No idea what this is. We're going to our rare. Let's see what we got for our rare. Put up. Oh my god, the glow is so bad. Okay, I'm just gonna move on from there. They do something about this, like glow. Got another Hiram. Oh wait, no, this is a rare. I got Snow White. Oh my god, Cinderella, in training as a foil. Oh my god, this is accurate. There's too much purpose. Snow White has a. Looks pretty nice. Look, I'm sorry, by the way, if I don't sound really excited, it's because I'm not that big a fan of Snow White. I'm sorry. I think I didn't grow up with it. That's probably part of my problem, not yours. The only song I know from Snow White is the dwarf song, and even then, it's only the Heyo Heyo section, which is just horrible. But yes, I wish I like Snow White more. She's a very important part of animation history. But I don't. So now my problem is that I can't tell which ones. Is this? I know this is the uncommons. So I'm assuming this is the rare, and this is ultra rare, I assume. I don't know how to tell these cards apart. I need to go and check this out after this. I'm gonna put these cards aside, by the way. So we're gonna have like they don't disturb the pre-context, and all that. So. It's cute that also, like, because with each card there's actually a title here. Hei's one is just persistent presence, which is really cute. That's basically what it is. I actually really like these birds. For sure they're collectible. Small side note, like this is more of a game design thing, but like Charge, I remember Mark Rosewater, the lead designer for Magic, once mentioned something about how one word cards, when you're naming cards, you had to be really selective about what you call what cards you use one word names for, like specifically things like like shock, one of the best examples, like because what happens is that one words, like you can make a lot of two-word combinations, but there's only so many one words that would still make sense for names of cards. So when it comes to naming cards, you have to be really selective which cards ended up as one word cards, because one word name cards, because there's only so many you can make, and most of the time you do want those cards to become really like iconic, because at some level they become the words that people are going to use to associate with certain mechanics. Once again, like shock, you know, like there's a reason why Shocklands is a thing, you know? So yeah, so right, so we're done with one. Let's go on to our next one. Is Might Magic. I'm annoyed by this, by the way. The only reason why I'm annoyed is because they call this Might Magic, and I have no idea why Tiana has anything to do with Might. Like, if someone can enlighten me, that'd be great. But hey, Merlin Magic, yeah, that makes perfect sense. But Might. And if you tell me that Tiana's the one that's magic, like Merlin's the one on Might, like really? Who the heck names this thing? Stop. So they. It's like we're having more or less the same things. Sir? Stop. Circle, uncommon, white book, rare, bronze, triangle. Okay, so what's the gold thing? Ultra? Secret rare? Face rare? SR is silver square. Oh, okay. Legendary gold pentagon. So we got a legendary. I should be more excited, shouldn't I? I really should be more excited. Yes, I should. I really should be a lot more excited. Oh my god, enchanted rare, rainbow hexagon. That's the one I should be excited for. Okay, fine. If I see a rainbow hexagon, I'll just be really excited. Like, oh my god. Okay, let's open this thing. Like camera lower. The camera could be lower. Do the camera lower thing. Okay. So that means like the precons don't even come with like enchanted rare. They just gave you just rares. like it's rare and what's this, super rare? Yeah, SR is Silver Square. This is a super rare. In right now. It's hot. So, as a rule, I've never been overly, you know, expressionate, and a large part of it is because I do get excited really easily when there are some things that I'm really excited for. And unfortunately, so when I get a little loud, yeah, things get a little difficult for me because, hey, live in a house, it's a shared house, people have different schedules, and people are gonna get annoyed. So I have to keep my volume somewhat respectable. Hopefully, it's respectable for you too. I know, I really do like some of the flavor text for this. Like, this is like, hey, hey's one is like power, beauty, hey, hey. Oh man, they have Cusco cards. Awesome. Cusco, Wanted Llama. So there I was, perfectly in control of the situation. God, these are fantastic. It's really weird, like they would name like all the abilities, and it annoys me a little bit only because as a card game designer myself, I'm just really sensitive about how much text there is on a card. Because if you have too much text on a card, right, your eyes just get tired just by looking at them. You don't even need to read it, you just automatically said no. And that can, like, it's just not great sometimes. So when that happens, you like, as a thing, you try and keep text to a minimum. You don't put text that you don't want on the thing. But like, equal parts to the conversation is also a question of flavor, like how much you want to make every mechanic feel unique and special and all that kind of stuff. So you do sort of keep it for like specific cards. That's why you, like, you know, like, oh yeah, I'm going to name specific things on specific cards and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, they did it with every card, and I don't know. I think it might be a mistake because as expansions go, it's going to end up potentially cluttering the whole thing. You end up with situations where you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to reduce the text size so that I can fit this amount of text onto the damn thing. If they could keep it up, like if they could keep up everything in spite of everything, it would be very interesting. But you can already see to some level that this is sort of the cap that they have on text space. Like, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe one more line, so there's like 5 lines and then flavor text. Or they straight up just give up on flavor text and then like they have like maximum 7 lines, which is the same as Magic. Enchanted rares odds are 1 in 4 boxes, I think, and they go up for hundreds of dollars. Are you not excited because it's not your deck? I'm pretty excited. Your deck is not even being opened yet. Your deck is separate from these. I actually happen to have a spare. These are the ones that we're going to be playing with, so that your deck is pristine. So you can do your own opening if you want to. So you deal with the paragraphs text, yeah. You have Merlin Rabbit and Merlin Goat, and you have Merlin Squirrel. You can't always trust. Not always trust to luck, boy. Seriously, who is this? Is this a typo? Is this the actual line? I have my questions. You can't always put your trust on luck, boy.
Someday someone would love me.
Okay, shrunk text fonts when they need to fit text in their names. Yeah, they do. So there is a cap that they sort of enforce for themselves. I think the current working cap is about 7 lines. It's the rule. So they don't do anything beyond 7 lines. So yeah, they could, but it gets really bad, and it's really bad for like legibility and considerations and all that kind of stuff. I think the standard rule now is about 7. I could be wrong. But if you see anything that goes beyond 7, please let me know. I'm curious. Of course, I do look into some level of like production on these kind of things, and one big thing that a lot of English or Western card games do more than Japanese card games, and I'm being very broad here, is about how much they how strict they are about the text space that they allocate on their cards. So like if you see Japanese cards, and to be fair, this might not apply to everything, but like games in particular like Vanguard and Yu-Gi-Oh! And I think the biggest 2 defaulters on this is Vanguard and Yu-Gi-Oh! Where they basically like have some cases where there's so much text that either the text becomes freaking illegible, or like it takes up 2/3 of the freaking card. So you're not gonna have a good time trying to read that stuff. Besides the point, but I'm pretty happy with the stream today so far. No frames dropped, or rather 0% frames dropped. It seems pretty smooth. I hope the viewing experience for you guys has been pretty smooth too. Device is hot, but not horribly. Ele Nabu, Big Daddy. Only recently made aware of some of the incredible Easter eggs they put into the writing for Hercules. Stuff like how they were watching, I can't remember what it was, like the movies they were watching, how like they had subtle meanings behind them. I really can't remember off the top of my head, but like most of them just felt like incredibly ingenious. It's just fantastic that they would have so much attention to detail. Yes, nothing beats opening a fresh pack. I should probably mention that these things do not smell. I remember, I know this smell. It's just not magic. It's just not the smell of magic. It's not the same addictive ink they put into magic. Smells like. It reminds me of Battletech, I think. Space. That's where aliens come from, and so it works. Completely unrelated. But I'd be very interested in seeing a Magic the Gathering Universes Beyond for Star Trek for no reason other than to have like a Picard card. Or like a bunch of spells like Riker Maneuver and like Engage, just because I think it'd be really funny to have these references. It'd be equally funny if all Transformers were actually vehicles. Are they all vehicles? Please tell me they're all vehicles. They're not all vehicles, right? The one I know of that each time Phil says a sentence is 1 or 3 words because it's that long in Greek. Yeah. The one it's the one where he goes 2 words, I am retired, something like that. And that was the one way it's like if it was in Greek, it would be 2 words. Yeah. Make it so your cards cannot be counted this turn. Take that, blue. Oh god. What would be? Yeah, no, yes. Yeah, make it so would be make it so would be a cantrip. Like it would literally be a cantrip. Right? The cantrip was a thing, right? Like they did it in Future Sight. Did they do it in Future Sight? But yes. Make it so. I would freaking love make it so. Reverse the polarity. Yeah, that should be a thing. Reverse the polarity. Cannot do it, Captain. Stuff like that. So many great removal moments. And yes, Darmok and Jalad at Tanagra needs to be a card. Needs to be a siege. I'm not even reading the cards, by the way. I'm just leaving them. We'll go through the cards like on Sunday and stuff, because I have no idea what we're gonna be doing. Do you mean boards? Do you mean boards? Yeah, Klingons would just be red, right? Federation is just white blue. Obviously, a Federation is white blue. It's and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Look at that. That looks gorgeous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, cool. All right, so one thing I should probably say at this stage is that I think I haven't given Lorcana enough credit for one simple thing, is that the art for this thing does not feel like they cheapened out on anything. Like they weren't using, it doesn't look like they were using existing art. Even if they did, they were probably referencing it very heavily, but still produced unique arts for the cards themselves. The reason why I say this is because there's a lot of games, and I'm not going to name names because we all know which ones they are, but that when they're trying to produce game, like when they produce TCGs for those IPs, for existing IPs and all that, they just reuse existing art. They just use art that they have at hand, whether it's concept art or stills or whatever else there is, and just use them for like the games. It's something that the industry as a whole doesn't seem to be mindful of, like they don't really care, because I think at some level fans are kind of happy to not only support their favorite IPs, but also because, hey, I get to get my hands on official art, which is kind of cool. But at the same time, I don't know, like I kind of want something new, I want something unique, and having card art that is like made specifically for cards does feel different, like as in you do feel that like it looks nicer, like it feels like they're more made and suited for it, and you can see like context and all that, right? So it feels nicer. I think that's, at least for me, it's somewhat important. If you disagree, please let me know. I'm very curious. Let me know in the comments. But for me, I think it's very it's nice. It's nice. The second pack after this, but I just want to like quickly arrange this because I'm gonna lose track of shit if I don't do this first. Attacks and gets blocked by Luke Skywalker. Oh yeah, that's like that. Yeah, I am like, the funniest thing you can do is you get because of Universes Beyond, you get a Star Trek, Stargate, Star Wars crossover, and was it Galaxy Quest? Yeah, in Galaxy Quest, like space deck. There's just nothing but these kind of things. It'd be freaking funny. It'll probably not be playable, but it'll be freaking funny. General starter cards, one side is vehicle, one side is artifact creature. Oh, okay, so that's for Transformers. Oh, that makes perfect sense. Yeah. FFG uses a lot of art for multiple projects with the same franchise. Most obvious is the Arkham Horror stuff. I think the Arkham Horror stuff kind of gets a pass for me, only because of one simple reason. They're not probably I'm being unfair to them about this, but like I think they were produced specifically for board games already, so to some level I somehow close one eye to that. It's almost a double standard, but not quite, if you understand what I'm getting at. But yes, I also don't quite like it, but it's a little bit more excusable because they're already produced for physical card games. Compare that to when they're just reusing concept art or video stills and stuff like that. It's a very different thing altogether. So yeah. So anyways, we're gonna open our second pack of Lorcana, the one that comes with the booster. Let's see what we get this time. I'm gonna get a rainbow. No, I don't think we're gonna get a rainbow. I don't think we're gonna get a rainbow. Do you think we're gonna get a rainbow? I have my reservations. It was at 8. No, it's at 8:30. There we go. And similarly, you peel the packet out like a banana. Like banana. Like banana. Banana. It's like, right. Suddenly can't remember that series, that movie. What's the name of the movie? It's the worst one. It's based on a Southeast Asian one, and I can't remember for the life of me what's the name of the movie anymore. But anyway, let's move on. It's Jasmine. Hey, hi Jasmine. Hey, we got Mulan. Hi Mulan. We've got Chip again. We've got Mulan, Soldier and Queen, a different one. And we have Storm Rage On, which is obviously a song. Okay, now we have Bounce, which is an action. We have Pinocchio, which is currently on the run, and we have Dopey. Now we're going to get into our rare right now, so let's see what we're going to get. So this is just a rare. We've got Madam Mim. Seriously, I need to watch this show. I have really no idea about Madam Mim. Okay, so we have one more, I believe. You wanna go? So we'll raise this up a little bit more. Oh my god, the glue is just horrible. It doesn't make it that much worse. Yeah, it's just a normal rare. Oh god, it's been charming. Oh, we got peanut parts. Oh, it's the same one. A little disappointing. I thought it would be something different. It's the same one. Oh well. In case anyone's wondering, I actually am a fan of Alice in Wonderland books. I'm just not that big a fan of the. It's a lot of fun, but I don't know. I mean, you can have dinosaurs from Jurassic Park, Autobots from Transformers, Daleks from Doctor Who, and Orcs from Eltier and have them in a single big mashup. Super Goof one. Sorry, lost me a little bit on the Super Goof one. Yeah, Disney after show group would make it in. Oh, interesting one. Okay. That's what's different for each country. So I don't think they might have attributed like things like the TCGs and stuff into the original contracts, which means that they'll need to be renegotiated. I think that's usually the case. So like the problem you get sometimes is that if it's not stated in your contract, you can either treat it as, hey, we didn't include it, therefore it's omitted by default, and therefore you sort of like, you know, you're not limited. Like they might have a clause that says, oh yeah, we can use it for other things, so you're not limited to only what's stated here, but like anything else that might come out in the future, new media and all that kind of stuff. Or sometimes it's just like, oh no, yeah, it's only just these few things kind of thing. I don't think you would be covering for it because TCGs I think are a pretty big thing, and it goes into a realm of merchandising that I think might not be negotiated in their initial contracts. But yeah, but that's just my impression. So yes. Snow White. So our rares are Madam Mim, Prince Charming, Snow White, and Hiram Laversham. I'm gonna have a horrible time pronouncing these things. Would like to see stuff from DuckTales, Rangers, etc. in the game. Yeah, they're probably gonna work their way through that. Quick fun fact. Did you know that they did not have the Aladdin TV series on Disney Plus? I was looking for it. I want to watch it, but they did not have it. I was so disappointed. Why did they even have Return of the Frog? Hey, so we are done with our boosters. We are done with the big stuff that we're supposed to be doing today. So what I want to do after this is that we're going to do some extra stuff, which is look back at some of my old folders. But the thing is that I'm not very keen on going too much into detail into these things. The reason is because after what we were going through just now, I'm a little bit worried. Like, I don't think you're going to have a very good experience. So you're not going to be able to see the detail of these cards. The camera's just set too far away, and it's just too bright. There's just too much glow. So yes, I'm probably not going to do it. But like I'm not gonna do it much, but I am gonna do it a little bit because there are some Pokemon cards in here, and I think they would be fun to take a look at. And I don't know, we'll see whether like there's. I'm quite sure some of them have some value as collector items because they're really, really old. And I will probably search them up as we do it after this, as they come up. So yeah, this is my old Yu-Gi-Oh! Folder. So some of these, right, are from the original booster releases. So these are not like, these are secret rares from the original booster releases. They are not from reprints. Most of these are actual secret rares from those original releases. They don't have a lot of market value. Some of them don't really have a lot of market value, but some of them are really amazing. Like these are, from what I know, are actually really worth something despite having no effects, because these were only obtainable from a really, really limited run, VHS limited run of Yu-Gi-Oh! At one time. Like there was a so like when Yu-Gi-Oh! First came out, right? They had a VHS tape teaching people how to play this game, and they gave these cards along with it. This is actually worth quite a bit of money. I need to check how much is it worth actually, but basically, if you're familiar with Yu-Gi-Oh, what happened was that they had this arc where they had like Pegasus J. Crawford sending out invites and with VHS, and then Ladida, Yugi's grandfather's soul gets trapped in a VHS tape. He was supposed to play out that whole thing, and this was part of that whole shebang. It comes with 2 decks. Which is amazing in its own way, and they had like a bunch of cards that came into that alongside with that, and that's worth a lot of money too. I'm trying to find those cards. I was actually playing with them for a very, very long time, and they are not in a great condition. But yes, fun stuff. I was just saying that, by the way. Funny thing is that I was around during Pokemon First Edition. I actually had a First Edition Ditto, and I lost that folder. I don't have that folder anymore. I actually had a lot of First Edition cards. Like I freaking loved it. I used to be a Ditto player as well, by the way. So yeah. If there's any like exception, like unexpectedly like expensive cards, because I remember there was a couple that like stood out in this folder. Is it this one? No, I don't think it's this one. Yeah, it wasn't this one. Yeah, it wasn't this one. So yeah, but the big one was this one. These ones were, I was really, really happy to be able to find them back, which is really nice. Stuff is nice. This is how long I've been playing Magic. You can see Odyssey one here, and I've played well before that. So these are Odyssey cards. These are an Odyssey rare foil, like Odyssey foils and stuff. This is I can't remember the expansion from this one. Yeah, some of these are super duper weird, and these are really, really rare. Yeah. So this is nice. This is an old Blue Eyes White Dragon. So this one is something that I need to double check on, because I don't think is the original Exodia. This is Blue Eyes White Dragon from the original Kaiba pre-constructed decks. I don't know whether there's any real value on them, but like these are not the original Exodias that were released in the early days of Yu-Gi-Oh! If they were, this would probably be worth a lot of money, but they are not. The pages are still sticky. The old. Some of these probably worth something. I don't have the original like first release of Black Magician Girl. By that would be worth a lot of money too, but yeah. An original release for Fusion, which is kind of nice. I think this is in mint condition. This is really nice. This is actually a first release of this Swordsman, which I can't remember the name, which really is really dumb, and really highlights how far Yu-Gi-Oh! Has gone. Because when this was released, like this is a very rare Yes. Okay. The game's early enough to get any first edition cards. Started Meridian Besiege, time flies. Yeah, it does. Yeah. So yeah, here we are. I'm going to show you like some of those crazier cards that I actually do have. Look at this. This is actually a bunch of like old promos that I have, and I actually really want to get them out because they're really, really old. Look at this. This is a promo dark version, and oh god, look at this. How old these cards are? Like, it's back in the 2000s. When is this? Folders. I forgot I have these. Wait, I was like, oh my god, I was celebrating internally when I saw this. I was like, holy crap. Like, I've been in TCGs way too long. My dad used to keep telling me like, oh, sell your cards. Look at this. This is a old promo Mew. This is a card everyone pirates. Like, you can find it everywhere. Like, back in the day when people were like pirating Pokemon cards, like everyone would just be pirating this fucking Mew. Pardon my language. It is Kids Warner Brothers presents Pokemon the first movie promo. Like, this is a first, like, this is how old that is. This is how long I've been playing. Oh, a bit of denting in there. It's not great. First movie promos. No idea what these are. These are probably like some weird bird thing. Pikachu promo. Pikachu. I know, right? That's how old I've been. That's how old I am, man. That's how old I've been playing. So this is exactly why I was like, holy shit! I'm so happy I found these things. And these are original, like rocket. Holy shit! Do I have a lot of these things? I have like dark art pops. Okay, so I'm gonna do a check after this on like what the price is, just for the fun of it. And also, if you're distracted by where my eyes are, it's mostly because I'm half looking at like where my hand's position are. Like, because my screen is here, right? Like, find my hand position are to make sure that they're within aims for you. Yeah. The old Merle? It's back in the 2000s. Surprised if like I have like weird cards just tucked behind for some reason. This was the thing that was like really worrying about. Like, because they're really old and like plastic might have got a little sticky. Yes. Yes. Peace de la Resistance, and Ancient Mew unopened. Yes. So it's what I was looking for. Unopened Ancient Mew. That is how insane this folder is. That's what I do now. I'm surprised that these things end up more expensive than whatever else I have. Yeah, look at this. Unopened Ancient Mew. It's exactly I was hoping I'd find. In a perfect grade. Another one. Sleeves I can do some. Great. Okay, I do. Going through some fun googling after this. Right. Oh, yep. Like I was looking for my Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, but I was mostly looking for my Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, curious what we might be able to find. Obviously, I knew that we had like quite a lot of old cards because we've been playing for a very long time, me and my friends. But I wasn't sure what we were going to end up finding because yeah, like there's so much like we've lost a lot of cards in the process. Like we've been playing for a very, very long time. So no idea what we're going to find, and then. Yeah, this is exactly the kind of stuff that I was really hoping to find. So yeah, so just real quick. Our box, Ancient Mew, Articuno. I used to have the 3 legendary birds. I just don't have them anymore. So my guess is that because of how IP tends to work, this is probably going to be worth a little something. This is probably going to be worth a little something. This is probably going to be worth a little something. Articuno is a little bit on the guess side. Question mark. These 3 are probably worth something, but there's a bit of a question mark. This is probably a big boy, and then the Dark Art box may or may not be worth something. We'll find out. So let's do a quick Google check just to find out. God damn it. So let's see. Mine's a non-holo. So it's only for foils. It's 200 something for the holo. Something for the holo, but I don't have a price for a non-holo. And to be fair, I think this is the promo edition. Yeah, this is the promo edition. Event promo Dark Arbok. This is worth at an initial eBay pricing of $175. This is $175. This is $175 each. So this is about, you know, 8 times 3, so you're about, this is $500 right here. It's $500 USD right here. Okay, let's go on to the next one. It's a lot cheaper. This is a promo marrow. Ungraded runs at about 751. PSA 10 goes about $50. Let's go. I'm using price charting, by the way, so we're just gonna run through that a little bit, and I'm gonna do the Dark Arbok again. A little bit different. So price charting has the Dark Arbok at $156.50. So these are about $450 in total. Let's go. That's what I expected. Like that's the Dark Arbok's a bit unexpected, but Meryl's more or less what I expected to be. Chick-fil-A. Number 7. Okay. Interestingly, this is higher than Meryl. PSA 10 is at $70. Ungraded is about $7. So you probably need to grade it. I'll probably need to find it, but I think this is a pretty good grade. My god. Like, it just gave me a bunch of Dark Paladins. There's a no HP promo. Ungraded is at $25. Holy shit, this at max is about $324. This is way higher than what I expected to be. This is $300 right here. Gotta start them properly. Yeah, I do. It was unexpected. This is on a spectrum of stuff. This is definitely like the Dark Purge is $300. You never expect that to be the case. Let's go with good 2 promo. Oh, there's a shit ton of Pikachu promos. I hate how many Pikachu promos there are. Tell which Pikachu promo this is. $9.99. This is Pikachu promo. Like, I swear this is probably like the first Pikachu promo they released. Oh, here we are. It is Pikachu 1. Pikachu 1. Ungraded is about $7. And grade is $200. This is actually in between. This is how it looks like right now. Night 5. So this is ungraded at $7, about $6.75 actually, and PSA 10 is at $180. This is actually here, unexpectedly less than the Pikachu. I thought a movie would give it some spice, but apparently not. It's not enough. Let's go with Mew. I did find the Ancient Mew promo already. I think mine's the English one. So we're gonna check that out later, but I do want the Mew promo, this one. So this is ungraded at $3.95. PSA 10 is only $58, putting it actually somewhere, I think here, unexpectedly. I think it's even less than Jigglypuff. Somewhere along those lines. I need to double check this, but yeah, a little unexpected. Okay. I only have Articuno. I'm really sad about this, by the way. I used to have this full set. This is ungraded at $4.99. At PSA like 10 at $54.85. This is even worse than yeah. And let's take a look at the Ancient Mew. The Ancient Mew ungraded is $27.15, and then PSA 10 is at $302. I am very surprised because this means that like this. Like Ancient Mew is the same price as my Dark version, which is hilarious. Yeah, it's hilarious. It's actually even cheaper. It's like this. Is this norm? Rated is at $41. Rated is like, should I get these things rated? How does these things work? Figure out how to get my cards graded. This is insane. I need to figure out how to get my cards graded. Thought you were insane. nice. Guys, okay, I think we're running on 2 hours and 21 minutes right now. I think that is more or less the whole shebang for me for now. I said a lot of stuff. Okay. Got some water in me. That feels much better. All right, so nice to know how much all of this is worth. That's about $1,000 at least here, which is interesting. But that requires me to grade them. I have no idea how to grade them. We need to figure that out someday. We'll go see how it goes. In any case, but yeah, I think it's now running at 10:31 p.m. for me right now, and it may be time for me to turn in for the night. We started a little late today because like I had a lot of technical issues. As I mentioned earlier, the cameras were having issues because the app I was using somehow just refused to register on OBS. So it took me a while to try and figure that one out. Once I sorted out that part, there were some minor things that were trying to solve, like trying to position all the stuff. I had to do a little cleaning just to get this table space for myself out, so that I can like do it nice and easy for me. Like, hey, you guys can see all this while we're doing all this. So yeah, but I think overall it went pretty okay. I'll need to look back at this video and see how the audio went. Hopefully it's comfortable for everyone, like the levels are good. I might tweak it a little bit along the way. I was tweaking my audios actually like during the afternoon to try and figure out what to do with it, because I didn't like how it was sounding somewhere. It's been a while since I streamed, so the settings are a little off. So yes, I think everything seems fine. The system looks to be stable as well. As I said, laptop's a little warm, but I think for this weekend it should be able to deal with everything that needs to be dealt with, so I should be generally okay. Yeah, and I think we should have something to look forward to this weekend with the hot sauce and everything. So yeah. The silence is just me thinking. Anyways, guys, thank you very much once again for joining me this today on this wonderful Thursday evening. I hope you guys have a wonderful time ahead of you. I hope to see you guys again this Sunday. Join me this Sunday afternoon, 2 p.m. SGT. That's when we'll be actually trying out the hot sauces and hopefully not die in the process. Till then, I'll see you guys around. Atash for now, and good night.